Every hour, people in New South Wales lose $1 million to pokie machines. In the 3 months to the end of June, they've lost $2.3 billion. Here's the story. Community services provider and church, the Wesley Mission, has analysed data from the New South Wales Liquor and Gaming Authority. It's actually wild. $2.3 billion lost in 3 months, or $1 million an hour. So where is all this money being lost? Well, Western Sydney makes up the lion's share of losses in New South Wales, with Canterbury Bankstown the biggest loser, $192 million, over $2 million a day. To also put that into perspective, it's over $91 million more than the Sydney local government area. Now, Fairfield isn't much better at $175 million, then Cumberland at $129, and only then, at number 4, do you reach the Sydney LGA, just over $100 million in pokey losses, all in 3 months. So these were the top 3 clubs for losses. People lost over $22 million at Mounties in Fairfield, over $20 million at the Bankstown Sports Club, and over $17 million at the Wentworth Leagues Club. Now, Wesley Mission say it's hard to know the exact profit from poker machines. Some clubs publish results, but big club groups often lump all their venues together, hiding individual figures. In the regions, it's not much better, with losses in the tens of millions. On average, they worked out how much each person in an area loses to pokies each year by dividing this quarter's losses by the population and then multiplying it by 4. Now, Wesley Mission says that this is likely an underestimate because this figure is for every adult and child living in the area. And kids can't play pokies. So it's likely adults are losing far more than these amounts. Since December, the government has received 30 recommendations from the Independent Panel on Gaming Reform. The number of machines also continues to climb, though, with 87,930 poker machines now operating across New South Wales. It's 141 more than earlier this year.